I'm Allison Caldrone, and welcome to our RightSignature 201 webinar. So for anybody who may have missed RightSignature 101, that is available on our YouTube page. If you just search ShareFile, you'll be able to find it. And I'll pass it off to you, Cord.
Thank you very much, Allison. My name is Cord. I'm a customer success engineer on the Citrix adoption team for ShareFile and RightSignature and Podio. Today we're going to be doing our RightSignature 201 presentation about advanced features in RightSignature. And first off, I wanted to thank everybody for being here. We've had a lot of fun doing these webinars. And today, a couple of things we're going to look over. We're going to look over the feedback and approvals workflows, RightSignature templates, as well as a couple of admin settings and additional ways to send documents for signatures. By the end of this, you should know how to access a workflow, create a workflow, the difference between feedback and approval workflows, also how to create RightSignature templates, different uses for templates, and again, we'll look over a bunch of different admin settings as well. All right, and let's get into our demo. So we're going to start here with feedback and approvals. So to access feedback and approvals, you can just click here on the left. Feedback and approvals will let you collaborate between different parties to get feedback on documents, as well as to get full approval for a document before you are ready to send it for signature. So again, to access the feedback and approval sites, you can either click here on the left for feedback and approvals. You also have the option to go to Start Document, and we have Get Approval and Collect Feedback. So we're going to be demoing today with an approval workflow, and I'll go over a couple of differences that you'll see with a feedback workflow as well. So to start with, it's going to be approval here. If you want, you can change it to feedback. Just X out of the approval option. So we're going to do approval. By default, your due dates are going to be 30 days out from when they start. So here we're looking at the end of August, but you can also come in here and set that to a specific date if you would like. We'll leave it on that August date. The other option you'll have here is your approvers. You can add a single approver if you would like. So we're going to use this demonstration email here. We also have the option, you can add additional approvers. So if you wanted to have 3 or 4 people, you can do that as well. You can also use a distribution group. So if your RightSignature account is integrated with ShareFile, you'll have the option to add your distribution groups here as well. Just click here, type the name of the distribution group in, and it'll pop up and you just choose it as well. The next step here is you'll have a couple of options. So if you want to require participants to log in, that means they'll have to use their ShareFile account password to access the feedback and approvals they get sent. You can also have it so every approver must reapprove newly uploaded versions. So if any changes are made, everybody will have to then reapprove the new document. If you leave that off, they won't have to reapprove after new options are added. And then the next step here will be to add CCs. Again, you can do a single email or a distribution group, and this will be users who can access and comment but are not needed for the final. And then the final option here is to add a message if you would like. So you can just say, please review the document. And then over here, you'll have the option to choose the file you want to seek approval on. So you can either do a file from your ShareFile account, or you can do it from your local machine. So I'm going to use local machine this time. And do this one here. And it'll load a brief preview of your document here. So you can see, make sure you're kind of looking at the right one. And then we'll go into Start Workflow. So Dealey's going to be helping me with this today. So she has been sent the document to approve. As you can see here, you'll have a couple different options as an admin or as the sender of the workflow. You'll have the option to download, so if you needed to download a copy of this. You also have the new version, so if you were ready to upload a new version with changes, you can do new version. If you mouse over the document itself, you'll see at the bottom you'll have the zoom option, so if you need to zoom in or zoom out, you can do that. You can also change which page you're on if you have a multi-page document. You can also change whether the annotations show in text or on the side panel. And now we'll jump over to Delia's side, and she's going to show us what it's like from the approver's end. All right, so she has gotten the email, so she can go ahead and open that email, and then she'll click on the review document link. If it was required to log in, she'd be prompted to do the login before she got to this step here. But now what she can do is she can highlight the text, and then it'll pop up the option to annotate it. She can put in an annotation. She'll also then have the option to reply to any annotations, whether that she put them on here or someone else. So now that she's added some changes to the document, what she can do is she can go down to the bottom to request changes. This will submit her changes to everybody else. So they'll be able to then see them as well. So if we'll go back to my screen here. So as we can see, I immediately got her comments. I can mouse over them here and click on them so I can mouse over them in the text here. So if I've made the change, I can go in here and mark it as resolved, or if we've discussed it, we can mark it as resolved. If I like what she put, I can do a little agree and she'll get a little upvote. I can also reply to the comments here and do save. And again, she'll immediately get these back. If you look in the activity, you'll see those here. She can also add a comment to the document, and that should pop up over here as well. That's it's not linked to a specific annotation if she just wants to do a general comment. So then there we go. And again, you can upvote those as well. So again, she's now requested these changes. So what we can do is we'll make our changes to the document, and then we'll have our new version ready to upload. All we have to do is go up to the top, do new version, and then you'll just select your version with the changes. And now we've uploaded the new one. So now we can see here that the workflow has gone back to the beginning steps. But we also can go back if we wanted to look at version 1. We forgot maybe the wording on one of the changes. We can come back here to double check it. We still have all that information. So now, if we'll go back to Delia again, she can go ahead and show us how the approve works. All right, so she got another email that we have a new version. So she's going to review that, and then if she's ready, she can approve the changes. So now she clicks on the approve button, and now we see that the workflow is complete. She was the only approver on it, so it's going to be complete when she is. And we can see in the top right corner that status is now changed to approve as well. All right, and come back to me. All right, so now that we have the document approved, what we can do is we can download a new copy of it. And we can take this copy over to RightSignature and do send for signature. Choose from computer. I come into downloads, I have that copy there. Upload it, and I can continue with the send for signature option, place my fields, send it to the correct addresses. All right, so the next thing we want to take a look at today will be the templates section. So templates are going to be documents that you send out frequently, engagement letters, tax forms, stuff that doesn't really change much. It's just who's signing it. So to create a template, all you have to do is come in here to new template and do upload a file. You can also choose from your ShareFile account or any other cloud storage options. So I'm going to do this new hire confirmation. So again, just like a regular send for signature, it'll give you a little preview here, and you can do prepare document. It's going to ask you to add the signer roles. You can have one role or multiple roles. So I'm going to add a second signer here, and I'm also going to add a sender role. It'll let you set the signer order, so if you want these to always sign in a particular order, you can set that as well. And the next step will be to place the fields. So again, just like a normal send for signature, you're going to come in here, add your different fields. In the bottom right, for each signer role, their fields are going to have a different color. That way you can easily tell who's who. Another option you'll have for templates is the option to do a merge field. So any of these except the signature field and I think the payment field, what you can do is a merge field. A merge field will be required to be completed by the person sending the document before they can do the send. So if you have specific texts or dates or anything that needs to be added to a document, a merge field is a good way to do that. So let's go ahead, we'll add a signature here, and then we'll add 2 more for our other roles. So now we can see these are 3 signature fields, but they're all assigned to that first signer role. What you can do is if you come in here and double click on the field, you can see who it is assigned to, and you can change that. So what we can do is we can come in here, we'll change this one to signer 2, and then we'll do this one, and we can change this to the sender role. So now we have our 3 signatures, and then I'll go ahead and add a date here. As you can see, the date defaulted to the sender role. Whichever the last role you assigned a field to will be the one the next field's default to. So just be aware of that, and you can just come in here and change this. So we can set that to signer 1. We'll set another date here, set that to signer 2, and then we can set another one to the sender role. All right, so now we have all our signatures and dates on here. We can come down here and go to review. All right, so now we have our name of the template. So this is going to be defaulted based on the name of the document. So you may want to change that to something a little more user-friendly, especially if you have a lot of dashes and version numbers in your document name. It may be better to change this. These are all just going to be defaults. You'll generally get to be able to change these before you send the document for signature if you're sending a one-off template. You can also come in here and add default CCs, people that aren't necessarily involved in the signing of the document but want to be notified when it is complete. You can also add a specific message, so whatever default message you want. You also have the expire option, so if you only want it to last 7 days, you can come in here and change that. You also have the option to add tags. So if you were specifically looking at a specific tax form, you can come in here and do like form as your tag name and then have the form number as the value. And then any document completed with this will have that tag on it for searching later. So we go ahead and click create template here. Now when we come into our template, so if you're in your template section, you just come into details here and we'll bring up this page. So as you can see, we can see all our roles, who they're assigned to, all their colors are on here as well. And if you ever need to edit the template, you can just come in here to edit, and it'll basically take you back through the whole process. If you have an updated version with different wording, you might want to just put the new version here. Just hit the X there and then upload the new copy. So we go to prepare. So let's go ahead, we'll take off the signer and the sender roles so we have a single signer document. We go to next, place fields. It does not erase the fields, it just defaults them all back to signer 1. So what we can do is come in here, delete those 4. So you just have a signature, date, and put a text field in here for this printed name. Get my mouse to cooperate. All right, so we'll go to review. So see, now we only have signer 1. We can add a personal message, please sign, and then we can update our template. All right, now we're ready to send this signature for signature. So we can do send for signature, and this will just be a normal one-off send for signature using this template. So we can come in here, type in our name of our person, have this one already saved, so we'll use that. Go to review. This is going to be all the default information we set up on the template. You're welcome to come in here and change that. So I'll add additional information on our message perhaps. You also have the option here if you want to turn on passcode. You can turn on passcode here. You'll get the PIN number. Again, you have to save these pins or send these pins separately from the email. So you could call the customer and provide the PIN number or send it in a separate email. And you just generate a new PIN if they forget it or lose it. So then we can go to send document, and that sends it as a one-off document. And you'll manage it just as you would any other document. So now that we've done that one, come back here to templates. So the other options we have are embed in website and generate share link. These are both going to generate links that can be used for the document to be signed. Embed in website is going to generate that link as part of HTML code. So you'll have a nice looking way to put it into a website. So if you have a document that you don't want your customer to have to necessarily engage you first, just before they complete it, you can always submit it, or you can put this on your website or send out a link. But what you can do is come in here, we'll just call this test button. We'll keep it on the display type of button. You also have image and inline. That'll just change how the HTML is formatted. You can limit the number of uses. So if you only want it to last for 30 days. And then you have your identity method. You can set this to email, text message, or none. So when they access the document, they'll either have the option to input their email or their phone number. Once they've completed the signing, they will get an email or a text message with a link, and when they verify that link, it will complete the document signing process. So we'll go ahead and do generate link to see what this looks like. All right, and as you can see, a bunch of HTML. The link itself is here at the beginning, so you can see that. And you can just copy that to your clipboard and add it to your website. Generate share link is going to be pretty much the same stuff. You don't have as many options because you don't have to worry about the HTML formatting. Again, you can limit the number of uses, the expiration, and the identity method. So we'll go ahead and generate that link as well. And there you go, there's your link. You can just copy that and you can email that to somebody to sign it. You can put it in a group message to a bunch of people, however you want to do it. So now that you've created those links, if you ever need to disable them, you can always come back in here. So as you can see, we have these options. You can view the code. So if you ever needed to pull up that link again, you can do that. Same with the share links here. You can also see the details on these. So you can see when it expires, if it's password protected, maximum signers. Same with the links over here. Also, if you ever want to disable one of these links, for example, you stop using that form, you just come in here, click disable. You can also re-enable it. So if you ever needed to work on it for whatever reason, you have those options. The other option here, you can always delete these, but you also have your view responses. So if you go to view responses, it's going to load all the documents that are associated with that particular template. So you can see here, this is the one I sent a few minutes ago. You can just come in here and access it. A couple other options. If you do start document, you will see the option to create a template. So you can always just come in here to start the template creation process if you want. Another option is bulk send for signature. What this is going to do is let you use a template and send it to up to 300 people at once. So we choose the template we just created and do upload signers. It's going to want a CSV file. If you scroll down to the bottom here, you'll be able to download the template for that file and fill it out. And then once you have that, you just upload it. Again, these have to be 300 or less users. And then you'll just continue the same way you would with the normal template and send it. One other option we have under send for signature here is the send document package. What that's going to do is allow you to do multiple documents. So what I can do is I can come in here and choose this document, and I can add another file, delete this one. So now we have two files, and what it's going to do is combine them into a single document that will then be sent for signature. So if you have multiple different documents you want to send all at once to one person, you can create this document package. Again, you'll put in their information. You can add additional signers, you add yourself, and then just go to next, and it's going to let you place the fields as normal. But as you can see, we have both documents have been combined into a single one. So the next section we're going to look at here, we're going to look at some admin settings. So if you scroll down here, we have a few here. So if you want to require passwords on all your documents, you can enable that, and that'll be account-wide. So any documents sent out will have to have those passcodes. We also have the default token expiration link. So any emailed links to documents and signing links and everything, those will have an expiration period. So that can help increase the security of your documents that you have sent out. We also have the option to turn on blue ink signatures if you want your signatures to be blue instead of black. And then we have the option to let users manage integrations. Sometimes you want to disable them from being able to pull contacts from a different source or pull files from a different source. So you can disable those integrations here. Let's also look at the branding settings here. So we have the customized branding. This top section is the account-wide branding settings. You can come in here, change your background color, change your footer color. If you want, you can have your logo show, and it'll just let you upload a logo here. You can also change how the company name is displayed in the footer. So the user sending it, the company name, or you can have both, as well as their avatar, which they can set in their personal settings. And one other setting we wanted to look at here is the admin view. So if you're ever searching for documents and you need to see something that another employee sent out, you just click this filter button on the far right. In the bottom, you'll have this admin view checkbox, and instead of just seeing your documents, you'll then see all documents on the account. And I think that is everything we were going to go over today.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.